Welcome back to my book channel. My name is Lady on Explorer, and sorry if my list comes out. I got a cleaning and they haven't done me, so I'm still dealing with that. Or if my mouth moves weird. Yes, but I wanted to talk about Black History Month, and I wanted to, for the rest of this month, it's February 10th right now. I started this, I think, February 8th, February 6th, but I wanted to read all BIPOC authors that I have. Some of my favorites, some of them I don't really know. I'm starting off with my favorites because it gets me to wanting to read again. And so I guess for this video, I'm going to talk about the first four. I have dedicated videos for all of these books, I think. Maybe. Some of them are in wrap up, so maybe not, but I'm making a video now. And I guess I should start with the first book I reread, and that is The Black Brothers with Sapphire. This is Wyatt the Heartbreaker. This is the Black Brothers series. This is the first book in the series. I think there's seven. I think there's seven books. But each book follows a different Black brother, and Wyatt is the oldest, I think, or he's either the oldest or the second oldest. But this one's really, really good. This one is a reformed playboy, because he decides that after something very funny but very traumatic for him happens, he decides that he wants to be celibate. But his little brother's best friend comes back into their lives, and it's love at first sight. And basically our heroine is the only woman that he's ever wanted to actually get to know and not just have sex with. So I like this. So for my challenge, because I was only supposed to read BIPOC, but I'm doing a buddy read of Consider Me, so then that blew it out the water. So I decided to reevaluate, redo it, and I'm going to read all BIPOC, mostly BIPOC authors, and then also romances with a Black lead. So there's our first one. I read this one, and I think it's just a 5 or 4.75. I think it's a 5 though. The next one I read is Wildcat by Max Monroe. This is from the Wildcats series. This is the first book in the series as well. And this is a sports romance, if you couldn't tell. And it's between a flight attendant and a football player. There is hints of racism in here, especially with his family. But our heroine is mixed race, and there's a particular scene that happens where I felt uncomfortable, and I've never had to deal with that. I always heard it secondhand from my significant others who've told me that their parents didn't see a future with us because of my skin color. But I think I gave this a book of 4, and I didn't change the rating, mainly because I really wanted more drama. I wanted more of them together, because this is them slowly coming together, and at the end of the book they actually move in. But there is nothing for the after. I want to know more. I want to know how they are together. I want to know how they are in him and her in the media space. I just want some of that. Maybe it's in other books, but in other books we follow different characters in the team. But yes, so this is the second one I read. The third one I read is a tried and true, and that's BB Reed's When Rivals Play. This is book 4, and it's just The Prince and the Pawn. And if you've been following me for, I think 2 years ago, I read this book and I did not like it. Well, I didn't say I did not like it. I just didn't think it deserved to be raved about, because it was just a 3. I think I gave it a 3. Then I reread it last year and I fell in love. and I gave it like a 4.5 or 4.75, and now it's still the same. I do think that our heroine is kind of a doormat. She's like sassy with it, but like she does not have a backbone when it comes to Vaughn. But with her love interest, so whatever. I do kind of wish that there was more of them being like together instead of like having them have like their feelings. So like in the beginning of this book, they're established, but how he sees it is he is her boyfriend, but she isn't his girlfriend. So like that's like part one. And then part two happens and it's them in their situation, and it's like not not togetherness. It's not established. It's not something that you would write home about. And then at the end, like they have their extended ending, and then like you see them as they're established, as they're a couple. They're like in solid, and that's what I really wanted more of, because we didn't see that in the beginning of this. We didn't see them even when they were in their iffy stage of he does not want to see any guy with her, so that's his, but he can mess around with any kind of girl. But then you see that besides like that time, that thing that led to everything else happening. Yeah. But I just wanted more. Like there's a whole bunch of other drama, but like if you haven't read the other 3 books, it kind of like it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense because you're just trying to figure out like why is this going on, but they kind of like tell you why. But like if you want more in-depth reasons like why this is happening, why this person is doing this, then maybe read the first 3. But you can read it by yourself if you don't care about other people's plots. Still 4. And the last one I just finished reading today is QB Tyler's Forget Me Not. This is a heavy infidelity trope. This also has a amnesia trope in here because he gets into a car crash and loses the last 2 years of his memories, and he doesn't realize that he's on the verge of divorce. They're like 60 days out, and that he cheated on his wife for like reasons. I don't want to give it away, but like there is some trigger warnings in here for the reasons why he did what he did. It's no like excuse, but he was very vulnerable. He was very, I want to say, like didn't feel appreciated. And I know that sounds wrong, but like there's certain instances where I understand why someone is doing this because of the situation. Like if you just keep getting beat down and you love this person and like they aren't showing you this, they like shut off from you, they're pushing you away, and sometimes you just get tired of fighting. In this one instance where like he was just like drunk and it completely turned into something like that he just spilled his guts, like because he was holding on for like a while, like they both were, but like she wasn't ready to talk about this and wasn't ready to have him be there for her. She was still in her grief, and he, even though he wasn't going through what she was going through, he was still going through grief, but also trying to be strong for his wife, who isn't reciprocating this process, and it's like a lot. So like I'm not saying that what he did wasn't wrong. I'm saying that I understand why he did it or why it happened, and she is slowly understanding that as well, now that she's out of her feelings. And so this is just like a second chance romance of them. And I think I said this was a 4. I even upgraded to a 5 today because I felt it. I even teared up a lot. I didn't cry, but I did tear up like 3 times, and it was because of like Bennett's love for her is just so like everlasting. Like you can tell that he loves Olivia, and I just want her to know that he loves you. And this does have dual perspective, but you don't get Bennett's point of view until like the last of this, when something happens. And then you get his, like, it's sprinkled in. Like, but it's majority Olivia's point of view, and it's you hurt with her. I'm just saying. I was hurting. And I read this book once. So now this is the second time and I still hurt. But these are my weekly updates for my challenge, and I enjoyed this. This was like really nice. I might do a reading vlog. It's just like sometimes I just read and then I don't film it because like it's here, and then I can use my phone, but then I just forget. So yeah, I don't know. I might do a reading vlog when I move, because it's not aesthetically pleasing, like my surroundings. So like it would just be me on my bed or me in like the living room, which again, not aesthetically pleasing. But where I move will be aesthetically pleasing, so I can go around places and film. So I don't know. That's a long way going because I move in July. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. My name is Lady Lauren Explorer. I post a video Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Sunday. So please be subscribed so you can get that notification that I posted. I will see you all later and have a wonderful day. Bye.